Imagine a person who dreams big, sets ambitious goals, but never achieves them. Why? Because they're not locked in today's world. Distractions are everywhere. Social media, notifications, people's opinions, and constant new challenges. But the people who truly succeed in life all have one thing in common. They stay locked in on their goals. When Michael Jordan practiced, his mind was on one thing: becoming the greatest. When Elon Musk works on a new project, his focus is on one mission, his vision. Have you ever wondered what separates high achievers from the rest? It's not just talent. It's not just luck. It's unshakable focus. A commitment so strong that distractions don't stand a chance. If you want to succeed in anything: business, career, fitness, or personal growth, there's only one way. Stay locked in. This isn't just motivation. It's a way of life. Today, we're going to explore how the most successful people in the world master the art of focus and change their destiny. Life is like a race, but the biggest challenge isn't how fast you can run. It's how long you can keep running without stopping, without fear, without distraction. Today, most people start, but very few finish. Someone launches a business, but quits after a few months. Someone joins the gym, but loses motivation after 2 weeks. Someone starts learning a new skill, but gets distracted by social media, wasted time, and negative people. They don't stay locked in. If you want to achieve success in any area, you must develop one thing: a level of commitment and focus so strong that no distraction can break it. The person who decides to go all in, who dedicates every ounce of energy to their goal, will win, no matter how tough the journey is. The world's most successful people understand that motivation is temporary, but discipline and focus last forever. This mindset doesn't just take you to one goal. It takes you to every goal you set in life. If you want to be the kind of person who doesn't just dream, but turns dreams into reality, then this message is not just for listening. It's for applying in your life. Because once you're locked in, nothing can stop you. Kobe Bryant wasn't just a basketball player. He was an obsession-driven machine, completely locked in on his goal of becoming the greatest. His journey wasn't easy. He wasn't the most athletic, the tallest, or the fastest. But what he had was something most people lacked: an unbreakable mindset. When Kobe was 12, he played in a summer basketball league and didn't score a single point the entire season. Most kids would have quit, but Kobe, he made a decision that day. He would never let failure define him. Instead of giving up, he locked in. From that moment, his life changed. While other kids played video games or went out, Kobe was in the gym. He practiced before school. He practiced after school. At 4 a.m., when most people were asleep, he was already shooting hundreds of jump shots. While others took breaks, he kept pushing. He wasn't just working hard. He was obsessed with getting better. One time, during the 2008 Olympics, Kobe woke up at 3:30 a.m. for training. By the time his teammates arrived for practice at 11 a.m., Kobe had already completed a full workout, lifted weights, and made 800 shots. That's what it means to be locked in. His dedication paid off. 5 NBA championships, MVP awards, and a legacy that will last forever. But his success didn't come from talent alone. It came from his unshakable focus and refusal to be distracted by anything that didn't push him forward. Most people give up too soon. They get excited, start something new. But the moment things get tough, they lose motivation. Kobe proved that success isn't about talent. It's about staying locked in even when things get hard. If you truly want to be great at something, ask yourself, are you just interested or are you obsessed? Because the people who win in life are the ones who are so focused, so determined that nothing, no failure, no distraction, no setback, can pull them away from their goal. Stay locked in. Success isn't given, it's earned. In the late 1800s, the world was still in darkness. Literally, gas lamps and candles were the primary sources of light. But one man had a vision. Thomas Edison wanted to create a light bulb that could glow for hours, bringing light to every home. But this wasn't an easy journey. Edison and his team failed over 10,000 times while trying to invent the electric light bulb. Most people would have quit after a few failures. But Edison had something rare and unshakable focus. He was locked in. People laughed at him, called him crazy, and told him to give up. Even his team members doubted if the light bulb was possible. But Edison didn't care. He had one goal, and he wasn't going to stop until he achieved it. A reporter once asked him, "How do you feel about failing 10,000 times?" Edison smiled and said, "I have not failed 10,000 times. I have simply found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's the power of staying locked in. Instead of seeing failure as a reason to quit, he saw it as part of the process. His focus never wavered. His determination never broke. Finally, after years of hard work, on October 21st, 1879, Edison's light bulb stayed lit for 14.5 hours. That one moment changed the world forever. Today, every time you switch on a light, you are witnessing the result of a man who refused to quit. Edison's story teaches us one simple truth. If you stay locked in on your goal and refuse to give up, you will succeed, no matter how many times you fail. Most people quit when things get hard. They start with excitement, but the moment they face obstacles, they stop. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is focus, resilience, and the ability to stay locked in when everyone else gives up. So the next time you feel like quitting, remember this. Every failure is just one step closer to success. Stay locked in and your breakthrough will come. Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the greatest footballers in history. But his journey to the top wasn't easy. He wasn't born with privilege, and he didn't have a shortcut to success. What made him different? His ability to stay locked in no matter what. Ronaldo grew up in a small town in Portugal. His family was poor, and as a child, he shared a small room with his siblings. But even then, he had one dream: to become the best football player in the world. From a young age, Ronaldo was obsessed with training. While other kids played for fun, he trained harder than anyone else. His teammates would leave practice, but Ronaldo would stay behind, perfecting his shots. Even at 12, when he moved to a football academy away from his family, he never let loneliness break him. Instead, he locked in on his goal. As he grew older, his work ethic became legendary. At Manchester United, he was the first to arrive at practice and the last to leave. He did extra drills, worked on his speed, and spent hours in the gym, making his body stronger. While others relied on talent, Ronaldo relied on discipline. One of his former teammates once said, "If you show up at training at 7 a.m., Ronaldo is already there. If you leave at 10 p.m., Ronaldo is still there." He is obsessed with being the best. Even after winning multiple awards, Ronaldo never became comfortable. He stayed hungry. He stayed locked in. At Real Madrid, he scored more than 450 goals, won multiple Ballon d'Or awards, and became one of the most dominant players the world has ever seen. His physical fitness at 39 is better than most players in their 20s. Because he never stops pushing himself. Most athletes slow down as they get older. But Ronaldo proves that when you stay locked in, when your focus never wavers, you can keep winning no matter what. Success isn't about talent alone. It's about commitment. It's about the extra hours you put in when nobody is watching. It's about refusing to settle, even when you're already great. So the question is, are you willing to work when others rest? Are you willing to stay locked and when distractions try to pull you away. Because if you are, there is no limit to what you can achieve. J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter, wasn't always a success. In fact, before she became one of the richest authors in the world, she was struggling to even survive. What made the difference? She stayed locked in on her dream, no matter how many times life knocked her down. In the early 1990s, Rowling was at her lowest point. She was a single mother, jobless, and struggling with depression. There were days when she couldn't even afford food for herself and her child. But even in that darkness, she had one thing, a vision. She had started writing Harry Potter on scraps of paper in cafes. Because she couldn't afford heating in her apartment, she would put her baby to sleep and then stay up late, pouring every bit of her soul into the story. Then came the real test. When she finished her book, she sent it to 12 different publishers and got rejected every single time. Most people would have given up. Most people would have accepted failure and moved on. But Rowling, she refused to quit. She stayed locked in. Finally, a small publishing house, Bloomsbury, decided to give her a chance. But even they didn't believe much in the book. They only printed 1,000 copies, thinking it wouldn't sell. They even advised her to get a real job, because writing wouldn't pay the bills. But Rowling believed in herself. And because she never gave up, Harry Potter became one of the best selling book series in history, selling over 500 million copies worldwide. Movies, theme parks, merchandise. Her vision turned into a billion-dollar empire. What if she had given up after the first rejection? The second, the 12th? This is what staying locked in looks like. It's about believing in your dream when no one else does. It's about continuing even when the world says no. Most people quit too early. They want instant success. And when they don't get it, they stop. But the ones who win are the ones who keep going no matter what. So ask yourself, are you willing to push forward, even when no one believes in you? Because if you stay locked in one day, the world will see what you've always believed. Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't born into success. He grew up in a poor family in Austria, in a time when his country was still recovering from World War II. His home had no running water, and his father wanted him to become a police officer. But Arnold had a different dream. He wanted to become the greatest bodybuilder in the world, and then a Hollywood superstar. The problem? He had no connections, no resources, and barely spoke English. But what he had was an unstoppable focus. He was locked in. At 15, he started lifting weights, while other teenagers went out to parties. Arnold spent every moment training. He pasted photos of bodybuilding champions on his walls and told himself, I will be the best. By 18, he joined the military. But even there, he found a way to train. He once snuck out of military camp just to compete in a bodybuilding competition. And he won. That victory fueled his obsession even more. At 21, Arnold moved to the U.S. with almost no money and a thick accent. People laughed at him, saying he'd never make it in Hollywood because of his voice and muscular body. But Arnold didn't listen. He stayed locked in on his goal. While training 6 hours a day, he studied business and acting. He worked harder than anyone else. And within a few years, he became Mr. Olympia 7 times. Then he set his sights on Hollywood. When he auditioned, directors told him his name was too long, his body was too big, and his accent was too weird. But Arnold didn't let the rejection stop him. He kept training, improving, and believing. Then came Conan the Barbarian, followed by The Terminator, movies that turned him into a global superstar. Later, he went on to become the governor of California, proving that when you stay locked in, there are no limits to what you can achieve. Arnold's story teaches us that if you want something bad enough, nothing can stop you, not poverty, not rejection, not doubt. The only thing that matters is your ability to stay focused and keep pushing. So the question is, how bad do you want it? Because if you stay locked in, success is only a matter of time. Elon Musk is one of the richest and most influential people in the world today. But before he became the man behind Tesla and SpaceX, he was just a broke entrepreneur who refused to give up. Back in 1995, Musk moved to the US with almost no money. He slept on the floor of his office and showered at a local gym. But he had a vision to change the world through technology. His first company, Zip2, struggled. He worked day and night, coding for hours without a break. While others relaxed, Musk kept pushing. Eventually, he sold Zip2 for $307 million. Most people would have retired with that money, but Musk wasn't done. He then created X.com, which later became PayPal. Again, it wasn't easy. Competitors tried to crush him, and even his own team doubted him. But Musk stayed locked in. When eBay bought PayPal for $1.5 billion, Musk became a millionaire. At this point, most people would have stopped. But Musk had even bigger dreams. Instead of keeping his fortune, he invested everything into two companies, Tesla and SpaceX. People called him crazy. SpaceX's first 3 rocket launches failed. Each failure cost him millions and pushed him to the edge of bankruptcy. Even Tesla was struggling, and Musk was down to his last few $1,000,000. He had 2 choices: give up and keep his remaining money, stay locked in and risk everything for his vision. Musk chose the second option. He went all in. Then, in 2008, SpaceX's 4th rocket launch finally succeeded. NASA noticed and gave him a $1.6 billion contract. Around the same time, Tesla also started taking off. Today, Musk runs Tesla, SpaceX, and multiple other companies. But the reason he got here isn't luck. It's because he never lost focus. His story proves one thing: greatness requires risk. Success demands focus. And if you stay locked in, nothing is impossible. Success isn't just about talent. It's not about luck, shortcuts, or overnight victories. It's about focus. It's about staying locked in when everything around you tries to pull you away. Every great person, Kobe Bryant, Thomas Edison, Cristiano Ronaldo, J.K. Rowling, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Elon Musk had one thing in common. They refused to be distracted. They refused to quit. They stayed locked in. Most people start with excitement, but when things get tough, they slow down. They let distractions, failures, and opinions of others shake their belief. That's why so many dreams die before they even get a chance to grow. But champions, they don't think like that. They don't look for easy paths. They create them. They don't stop after failure. They push even harder. They don't wait for motivation. They build discipline. The truth is, life will test you. You will face failures. You will have moments of doubt. People will tell you that your dreams are impossible. But remember this: those moments are where success is born. Because the ones who keep going, the ones who refuse to give up, the ones who stay locked in, they are the ones who change the world. So ask yourself, are you just interested or are you committed? Are you willing to sacrifice distractions for your dreams? Will you keep going when everyone else quits? Because the ones who succeed aren't the ones who dream about it. They are the ones who lock in and make it happen. No more excuses. No more waiting. Stay locked in and watch your life transform.